on now. We're going to begin our service. How's everyone doing tonight? It's great to see you. The great group of people who are joining us. Welcome, Bruchim Habaim. And we're excited to welcome in the Sabbath evening with everyone here tonight. So welcome. We're going to begin our service on page 6 of our Siddurim. We're going to begin the service on page 6 with Shalom Aleichem. We have some members of the junior choir who are joining us this evening.
So Richard, come on.
David, Zarika, come on up.
I need your help. I need your voices.
I'll tell you a story. When Zarika started singing, she was very shy at first, and now she is awesome. So, ready to show everyone what you've been practicing?
Stand over here, and then your brother will stand over here. Or is it? Here. Could you see that? All those for your voices. There you go. Okay, is that good? Oh, perfect. Yeah, got that. You guys fit. So we'll do this then. That better? Sing out loud, sing out proud.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei El Elyon, Li Melech, Malachei Hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei El Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei El Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei El Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I'd like to invite up Robin to lead us in the Sabbath blessings on page 7 of our Siddurim.
Come, let us welcome Shabbat.
May its radiance illuminate our hearts.
Light is the symbol of the divine.
The eternal is my light and my salvation.
Light is the symbol of the divine within us.
The human spirit is the light of the eternal.
Light is the symbol of the divine law.
For the mitzvah is a lamp, and the Torah a light.
Light is the symbol of Israel's mission.
I, the eternal, have made you a covenant people, a light to the nations.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lachat lifnei shel Shabbat.
Amen.
May the eternal bless us with Shabbat joy.
Amen.
May the eternal bless us with Shabbat peace.
Amen.
May the eternal bless us with Shabbat holiness.
Amen. Thank you. Shabbos. We're now going to turn to page 9 of our Siddurim and join together for L'chai Dodi. Ligrat kala, v'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi ligrat kala, v'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad, ki shmiyanu echad. Adonai echad u'shamo echad, l'shem motiferet v'litila. Echad odi ligrat kala, v'nei Shabbat nekabela. Echad odi ligrat kala, v'nei Shabbat nekabela. Ligrat Shabbat lechu b'necha, ki hi mekor ha-brecha, merosh mikedem nesuka, sof ma'asa b'matratila, v'chadodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nikavela, v'chadodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nikavela. Ori, kiva oren kumi ori, shir daberi, kavod Adonai alai nigla, v'chadodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nikavela, v'chadodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat Mikabela. Now we rise, face the entrance or the exit of our building. Boi l'shalom atzeret bala, gam b'simcha u'letzola, tov emunei am segula. Boi kala, v'chadodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nikabela, v'chadodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nikabela. Remain standing for the Chatzi Kaddish on page 11 of our Sidurims. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yomadi drachir tevyanich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yoymechon u'chayedecho beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman karib yemeru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach, Le'olam elomei elmayam, Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitba'ar, v'yitraman, v'yitnasei, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei v'kureshah b'rechu, le'elam yinkol birchata v'shirata, tushvechata v'nechemata, damiram v'yayoma, yemeru, amen. We now turn to page 12 of our Siddurim of Baruch Hu. John will lead us in the Baruch Hu. La 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 la. Adonai Amevorach, Amevorach, le'olam va'ed, Amevorach, le'olam va'ed. Page 13, we'll join together in the English reading together. Eternal God, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, now let your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, O Eternal, who brings on the evening. Page 14 will join again together at the bottom of the page for the translation for Avat Olam. With eternal love, you love your people, the house of Israel. Torah and commandments, statutes and judgments you have taught us. Therefore, O Eternal our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will discuss your statutes and rejoice in the words of your Torah and your commandments forever. For they are our lives, and they lengthen our days, and we will meditate upon them day and night. May you never remove your love from us forever and ever. Blessed are you, O Eternal, who loves God's people, Israel. Page 15, we'll join together for the Shema prayer. John will lead us in the Shema on page 15. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. You may be seated. We'll join together for the Hatha on page 16 of our Sidurims. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levatecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha v'chayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha chayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shitecha b'beitecha u'b'letecha b'derech Ushachbecha uvkumecha, ukshatam leot el yadecha, ve'hayu letotafot bein einecha, uktatam al mezuzot teitecha, uvisharecha. Leman tizkeru v'asitem ekol mitzvotai, ve'hitem kedoshim lelolechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeti etchem me'aretz Mitzrayim, leot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, Emet. Page 17, we'll join together for the responsive reading. Page 17, once again, there's the responsive reading. Eternal truth is that you alone are God, and there is none else. Let them beat their swords into plowshares. Let nation not lift up sword against nation. Let them study war no more. Let the stranger be in your midst, you as the native, for you were once strangers in the land of Egypt. Page 18, we're going to join together for Micha Mocha. Micha Mocha, Balim Adonai, Micha Mocha, Nedar Kodesh, Nora Tehilot, Osei Fele. Malchutecha ra'u banecha bokeyam lifnei Moshe Zei Eli anu v'amru Adonai yimoch le'olam va'ed V'ne'emar ki fara Adonai et Yaakov U'lo miyad hazak mimenu Baruch ata Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. Page 19, we again have a responsive reading for the Hashkivenu prayer. Cause us, O Eternal our God, to lie down in peace and to awaken us each morning to life renewed with strength. Spread over us the holy shelter of your peace.
Help us to order our lives by your counsel and lead us in the path of righteousness. Be a shield about us, protecting us from pain and war, from pestilence and sorrow.
Curb also within us the inclination to do evil, and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Guard our going out and our coming into life, with peace from this time forth forever.
Blessed are you, O eternal, holy shelter of the sea, favors, holy truth, and all truth.
Page 20 will join together for Vishamru. John will be leading us for Vishamru. Come on up. Read the Vishamru.
Page.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'doretain berit olam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'doretain berit olam B'nei Yisrael oti le'olam oti le'olam oti le'olam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'doretain berit olam Ki shekyamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'doretain berit olam Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'doretain berit olam We now rise for the Amidah prayer for Tefillah on page 21 of our Sidurims. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yadi teilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elokei Avoteinu Le'imateinu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor V'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, B'konei Hakol, B'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imachot, Umevi Geulah Lifnei Drachem, Leman Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Le'Hoshia, Mashiva Ruach U'Marid HaGeshem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Saimech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Bishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Ba'Givrus, Umidoi Melach, Melech Mimid, Oy Mechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atah Hayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye HaKol, Atah Kadosh V'Shim HaKadosh, Ukoshim B'chol Yom Yechalelu V'Chasela, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We daven silently until page 29, where we'll join together for Oseh Shalom.
29.
We're now going to join together on page 29 of our Siddurim for Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom Limromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'yakol Yisrael, Imru Amen. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'yakol Yisrael. 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 V'imru Amen. Shabbos, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So we're in Parshat Tetzaveh right now. In last week's Torah portion, it discussed how the people of Israel constructed the Mishkan, the tabernacle, and the menorah that will house the relics of our people as they wander that desert from Egypt to Israel. The descriptions were finite, and I described the portion as a prelude to our people's first engagements with architecture and design last week. This week's Torah portion describes Parshat Tetzaveh, and in this week's Torah portion, God tells Moses and Aaron some of the more elaborate details on how they may tend to the everlasting flame of our people on the menorah, which Aaron will tend to morning and evening. After these descriptions are given, there are attributes that are discussed in length about the garments which the priests will wear. The priestly garments of the Kohanim, the high priests, are described in great length in this week's Torah portion. The colors, the patterns, the threads, the linens are all described in finite detail. Ornate, even royal, is the word that comes to mind when describing the priestly clothing. It sets them apart from the rest of Israel. They are beginning, and we are beginning this week's Torah portion, a chapter that will begin the formation of utility, function, and identity for the priests and high priestly functions. But take note that these sections of the indulgences of a priestly caste comes only after a commitment is made to feed the everlasting flame of our people. So one commitment is unfulfilled without the commitment of the other being actually taken under our wing. This week's Torah portion is about a commitment of faith in many ways. In rabbinical seminary and Jewish life, we're called upon and expected to take on certain obligations of faith. And one of those obligations for most rabbinical seminaries is keeping the Sabbath, that is, Shomer Shabbat or Shomeret Shabbat. So let's not devalue the importance of Shabbat observance. It is described in our Torah as a commandment, as an uncompromising attribute of what it means to be Jewish. And as a result, we are expected to observe the Sabbath in seminary. We are also expected to observe family purity laws, and that may determine who we can date and who we may eventually be able to marry. However, imagine for a moment if there was no commitments made on our own behalf throughout training. If we were taught that commitments with God carries a tradition of our people from one generation to the next, not carrying those traditions may extinguish that flame, that ner tamid of our people. So imagine, however, a seminary training that made none of those commitments. Imagine if we had no expectations. That would be a disaster for Judaism. About a year ago, I learned about the flagship institution where I graduated from, that is Hebrew Union College. They were closing their rabbinical program. And this was the flagship of the rabbinical seminaries in America. It was the first one to start up. It's really what started all the other campuses. And it was heartbreaking to hear at first. And at the time, many of us thought we were hearing about the flame of Judaism itself, that ner tamid going extinguished. Without rabbis in rabbinical seminary, we'd have no priests to tend to our temple. However, this commitment is twofold. And as much as we need rabbis, and we need these institutions to build them, rabbis have expressed that fear that the rabbinical seminaries are turning to online smicha programs and the world began to listen, the Jewish world began to listen. And we made changes at Hebrew Union College to accommodate the transitions going on in Jewish life. And those changes were made so that we may keep that flame alive, that flame bold and bright, our Ner Tamid alive. And may this message be our guiding principle from this week's Torah portion, our message of Shabbat. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. Amen. So we have a very, very special Shabbat occurrence happening this week. Does anyone want to take a guess at what it is? It's New Member Shabbat. So I'd like to invite up right now all of our new members. We have some certificates I'd like to be handing out to you. Anyone who is a new member who has joined within the past year, if you have not had that opportunity for recognition in the past because of COVID, Stephen, you're one of them. We have a certificate for you. This is your opportunity to come on up here and we're going to give you a blessing. I have a list of names if you're not going to come up here. I will just call those names out. Eileen and Steve Stern, Myra Levis. Many of these people are not here this evening. Andrea Kornbluth, Steve Peller. Please come up. Denise Pine, Lindsay and Donna Rodner, Marian Zingelboom, Buddy Rogers, Avi Wisnia, Zoya and Alan Petechman. Many of these people are out of state.
Ellen just joined us this past couple of weeks, so.
Alan, come on up here. We've got a certificate for you as well. Please come on up here.
Yeah, cross out one of the other names.
Yeah, I'll give you. Ali's actually going to be here on Monday, so I'm going to give you a different one. You don't have to worry. So I only have so many hands. Normally I would be placing my hands upon each individual, but you know what? I will give, we've got 3 people up here, so for each of those 3 benedictions I give, I'll be holding my hands over each of your heads. Okay. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmarecha, and you may all say Ken Yehi Ratzon after that. Yivarecha. You sustain us and nourish us with the sacred wisdom of our traditions of our people, teaching Torah to us and our children. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Ken Yehi Ratzon. You work alongside us to bring the light of justice and compassion to God's broken world. May God's face shine upon you, and may God always be gracious to you. Yisad Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Ken Yehi Ratzon. You bear witness to our lives and accompany us on journeys, and help us elevate our consciousness and search in every hour of God's presence in our lives. For your dedication to our community, may God lift your hearts and grant you wholeness, fulfillment, and peace always. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May it be God's will. Amen.
Okay.
The certificates? No. Okay. We also have a special gift. No problem. And like I said, we will get you a special one. We have books that we are going to be giving out to each of you that you may use at home. These are provided through the union that I was talking about earlier. This is through the Union of Reformed Judaism, the flagship institution, the Central Conference of American Rabbis, which I am a member of. And that is, once we graduate from Hebrew Union College, that is the union that we belong to, and this is a publication that comes from that very union. Could you all hear that?
No.
Yes.
No, yes and no. I will say it again, okay? The book that I'm handing out, I was talking earlier about the flagship institution of Hebrew Union College. After we graduate and we attain SMICA, that is ordination from Hebrew Union College, we all belong to the Central Conference of American Rabbis. This is a publication that has come through the Central Conference of American Rabbis. So it's very, very relevant to those points that I raised earlier today. And may you always bring this at home and read it, and may you keep it close to heart and always be members of our community, and we benefit and you benefit from that mutual relationship. So, Yasha Koya, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mazel tov. Mazel Welcome, yes. Bruchim Habayim. So now we'll be turning to the Misha Berak prayer. Misha Berak prayer may be found at the very back of our siddurim. I'll be reciting names from our Misha Berak list. If there are any additional names anyone would like have added to the Misha Berak list after the names have been read aloud, please share with us those names. The Misha Berak list for this evening includes the following names: Evan Mitchell Wadika, Tzia Bat Marley, Elise Souza, Suzanne Wadika, Rachel Badina, Yosef Ben Elka, Vicky Hyatt, Bill Natras, Miriam Mendel Ben Shira, Nachman Ben Malka, Shlomo Leib Ben Malka, Alan Lewis, Ruth Bat, Esther Bat Ruth, Yehuda Ben Joseph, Russ Pineri, Jeffrey Stein, Jeffrey Koffler, Aaron Evers, Claudia Shakta, Courtney Zabadek, Linda Bloom, Elaine Blitz, Linda Wilson, Rhoda Jacobs, Bucky Bunnell, Linda Goteb, Sylvia Stern, Myra Levis, Edie Schneider, Dr. Sharon Anita Wander, Sonia Richmond, Susan Skovernick, Fran Salewitz, Marsh Estrin, Yisrael Reuben, Ben Devorah Elka, Stuart Kaufman, Ivan Radowitz, Ellen Thompson, Sharon Berman, Mendel Batya Bat Sura Rivka, Bob Salewitz, Yuvan Zemos, Michael Berkowitz, Asher Ephraim, Chana Bat Sarah Rivka. Are there any additional names anyone would like added to our Misha Berak list this evening?
Susan Fagan.
Susan Fagan,
Marsha Pons.
Marsha Pons,
Barbara and Alan and Alicia Steinberg.
Barbara Alaun and Alicia Steinberg,
Stephen Carroll Lichtenstein,
Stephen Carroll Lichtenstein,
Corinne Liz,
Karen Liz,
Corky Hockenberry,
Corky Hockenberry,
Roger Bloomfield,
Roger Bloomfield,
Gerald Sherman.
Gerald Sherman,
Linda Hoffenberg.
Linda Hoffenberg. Are there any additional names? Yes.
Rosemary Lambolet.
Rosemary Lambalet. Will now rise as the ark is being opened. Once again, the words to the Misha Berak prayer may be found at the very back of our siddurim. Avotenu mikor hadrecha le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor hamdrecha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We will remain standing for the Aleinu now on page 30 of our sidurims. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, l'teit gedula li'otzeh breshit, shelo atzanu ki ge'aratzot, velo samanu ki mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam kelkenu kaken, v'goraleinu ki chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'moidim, lifnei melech malchei hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, shehu netei shamayim v'yosei haaretz, u'Moshe yekaro b'shamayim ima'al, u'shchinatu zo, b'govei meroimim, u'Eloheinu ein od, emelkeinu efesuato, kakatuv b'toirato, v'yadata hayom v'hoshevota el avevecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, בשמיים ממעל, ויעל הארץ מתחת. Ein od, ein od. We now turn to page 31 of our Siddur hymns. We'll join together in English. We therefore hope in you, O eternal our God, soon to behold the splendor of your might. Then will false gods vanish from the earth, and the idols will be utterly cut off, to heal the world through the sovereignty of the Almighty. Then will all acclaim you as their God, and forsaking evil, turn to you alone. Let all who dwell on earth acknowledge that unto you every knee must bend and every tongue swear loyalty. Before you, O eternal our God, let them humble themselves to your glorious name, let them give honor. Let all accept the yoke of your dominion, that you may rule over them soon and forever. For the dominion is yours, and you will rule in glory, as it is written, the eternal will reign forever and ever. V'ne'emar ve'haya Adonai, v'melech al kol ha'aretz, bayom ha'hu yihyeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. Yes.
It's also Simcha Shabbat.
Okay. Oh, we have special simchas for this evening.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone who's observing a birthday, weddings, do we have a list of those names? We used to.
We do, but if you could just invite anybody who's.
Anyone who is observing a special simcha for the Shabbat, please come on up here. Those include wedding anniversaries, those include birthdays, those include any special event that's going on this month. So some of you actually, alright, well you're going to get the threefold benediction once again, but it is not going to be for anyone who's receiving the benediction twice in one evening.
Oh, of course.
Big crowd.
It is.
Next to your wife.
Yeah, familiar with them.
So we'll be offering once again the threefold benediction, which we had said earlier. After the benediction is read, each part of it will say, Ken Yehi Ratzon. Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmarecha Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ye'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha Ken Yehi Ratzon. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom Ken Yehi Ratzon. May it be God's will. Amen.
Amen.
Shkoyach, everyone. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Mazel tov, mazel tov, sima tov, sima tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, sima tov, sima tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, sima tov. Yehelanu, 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 U'ekol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, U'ekol Yisrael. Sima tova, mazel tova, mazel tova, sima tova, sima tova, mazel tova, mazel tova, sima tova, sima tova, mazel tova, mazel tova, sima tova. Yehelanu. Shkoyach. Shkoyach. I'm going to give everyone a handshake.
What it's for.
Shouldn't we say?
What is it for? What is it for each of you? What is it for you, Rashi?
My birthday.
Your birthday, Mazel Tov.
Nice.
Alright, for both of you, anniversary, I would imagine. You both be up here. What do you have? A birthday at the same time? 59. 59.
59.
Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov.
2 birthdays.
2 birthdays. Ah, okay.
Wow.
All
Our
right.
birthdays are a day apart, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. Alright,
Okay,
what's
and
it gonna be?
it's my 12th anniversary, and for her, 12 years of being the happiest woman.
Ah.
On the planet.
Mazel Tov.
By the way, we have the newest member.
Yeah.
He's the oldest member. Because he was the only one here, I think.
Oldest, the longest period of time,
Longest.
or the
He's the only
oldest?
one
I
here, I
don't
think
think he's
he's
the oldest member.
He's the only charter member here, I think. That, oh, there, over there, one over there.
Yes, yes.
He's the oldest member?
No, not oldest. It was it was a bit of a confusion.
I'm gonna have to
But
look
now-
this down.
All right.
Mazel tov, yes. If you would like to leave on either side, it's fine.
Okay, you leave that way, I'll leave this one.
Happy birthday.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I didn't hear the word charter. Just-
Oh, sorry, I hear that all the time. I hear that all the time. My grandmother is 87, and she swears she feels the same as she was when she was 35 until she was there.
All right, everyone. So now we're going to join together on page 33 of our Siddurim for the mourner's cottage, where we're going to remain standing, or actually you may sit down and then stand up, as it's whatever you prefer. I'm not going to be checking everyone out for whether or not they're sitting or not for this next section. I'm going to be reciting names from our Yortzeit list, as well as members of our community who have recently passed. After these names have been read aloud, I'd like to ask anyone in our community who's either sitting or standing to please share with us the names of anyone who they're observing a Yortzeit for or in the period of Shoshim of. Recently passed from our community are the following names: Jacob George Tobel, Peter Luzama, Stan Perlman, David Schneider, Raphael Marcus, Lawrence Schneider, Sylvia Tannenbaum, Florence Guttmacher, Philip Moret, Bruce Fleischer. Our Yortzeit list includes the following names: Bernice Peck, Stanford Lebos, Benjamin Ginsberg, Morris Cohen, Simeon Barron, Bertha Ratchick, Lucien Frederick, Bernice Brezinowitz, Dick Kazin, William Natras, Ann Bruce, Martin Schwartz, Esther Spielberg, Solomon Demise, Max Scholar, Harry Rothberg, Harvey Marcus, Leonard Suslowitz, Luis Boda, Nadine Schwartz, Marge Francisco, Harold Levinson. Are there any additional names anyone is observing a Yortzeit for or in the period of Shoshim of? Richard Samuel. Stephen Rozovsky.
Ben Rodriguez.
Ben Rodriguez.
Fred Kellogg.
Fred Kellogg.
Judy Merman.
Judy Merman.
McDonald
McDonald
Smith.
Smith.
And Larry.
Larry Bershaw.
I forgot his last name.
God.
Edward Mahler and Richard Samuel.
Edward
Mahler and Richard Samuel.
Richard Samuel. Teddy Richmond. Any additional names? Okay, if it is your custom, please remain standing for the mourner's kaddish. If it is not your custom to remain standing for the mourner's kaddish, you may be seated. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba, v'alma divra hirutei v'yamlik malchutei, v'chayechon u'yonechon u'chayedecho beit Yisrael, v'hagala u'yizman kariv v'imru amen, yahei shmei rabban yidurak li'olam elonei almaya, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitba'ar, V'yitromon, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shemei, V'kudashah, Berechu. Re'ela min kol birchata, V'shirata, Tush V'chata, V'nechamata, Damiran V'alma, V'imru, Amen. Yahei Shlama, Rabba min Shomaya, V'chaim aleinu V'al kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom Imromov, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom aleinu V'al kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and comfort all who are bereaved. And let us say, Amen. Now I'd like to invite up, will it be Liz, Teddy, or Marilyn for our announcements? You may be seated now.
I nominate Laura.
Is it Laura? I lost,
Sorry, I was doing Formula One. I wasn't even.
I'm still very much stuck on the thought of us having like a wheel up here and we spin it around. And
Good job, guys.
good job.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom at home. Welcome new members and kind to new members. So our announcements. So tomorrow is going to be Torah study and worship. And also Simcha Shabbat. It'll be virtual and in person. Torah study is going to start at 9:30 a.m. Worship at 10:15. Monday, March 6th is going to be our Purim Cafe virtual and in person. Celebration begins at 6:30. We're gonna have dinner, Megillah, spiel, and music. And Chazan Avi Wisnia will be here. Check your weekly email for social action news and how to donate for the victims of the earthquake in Turkey and in Syria. Social Action Committee on Zoom, March 8th. K to 2 will lead their service March 10th. Oh, so next Friday, you guys are gonna be back, right? You guys been working with Mrs. Kaufman, right? Well, I'm gonna be here, because you guys are gonna do a great job. Sisterhood is meeting March 14th. Student Shabbat is gonna be March 18th. And then we have the bar mitzvah of Cameron Grinelli on March 25th. And if there's anything else, read the weekly emails, and also there's announcements in Roots. Oh, and then we have, the Mother's Day fundraiser. Do you want me to say anything about that? Well,
Sure.
oh,
Well, we're gonna be doing, the information will be coming out soon. We're gonna be doing a coffee gram Mother's Day, fundraiser where you can send either a Dunkin' Donuts or a Starbucks gift card.
so the
The
people.
one for Mother's Day, it doesn't have to be Mother's Day.
So the people at home, I know there's gonna be email being sent out on Mother's Day fundraiser, so look out for that. Anything else? Yes, Robin.
There are perm baskets in the back of the room for all our members, unless you declined it. And, you can pick them up tonight or wait till Monday when it's actually per your choice.
Okay, so there's Purim baskets for all members in the back of the room, unless you declined it, and you could pick it up today or on Monday when it's Purim. Okay. All right, Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
We'll now join together on page 34 of our Siddurim for Adon Olam. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nira Le'et Nasa B'Hezol Kol Azai Melech Shamo Nikra V'Yachai Trei Kilot HaKol Levado Yiloich Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hoveh Ve'hu Yiyeh B'Tifara Ve'hu Echad V'Ein Sheni Le'hamshilo Le'achbira B'li Reishi B'li Tachli V'lo ha'oz v'hamizra V'hu Eli v'chaya goali V'tzor chevli v'yetzara V'hu nisi omanos li Menat kosi b'yom ekra V'ya'ado akid ruchi V'yetz ishan v'ya'ira V'im ruchi geviati Adonai li ve'lo ira. Would you like to? Yeah, we'll do a final Shabbat song right now with the kids. Okay.
Shabbat Start with Bim Bam.
Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam.
Everybody now.
Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. bam, bim bim bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. Good Shabbos, everyone.